Good evening, I am Tomas Guevara Calderon, and this is the channel Rewriting the Reality. Subscribe today to his channel to understand Jesus, his divinity, and our divinity, which is the same. In today's episode 135, we are going to explore the relationship between Jesus and Thomas, also known as Didymus, the twin, which is intriguing. But before I want to mention an old saying that says, "It's always darkest before the dawn." This expression conveys the idea that things often seem most difficult or challenging just before they improve. It's a reminder to persevere during tough times because better days may be right around the corner. Here are some insights about this biblical figure. Doubting Thomas. Thomas is famously known as Doubting Thomas because of his initial skepticism. When Jesus appeared to the disciples after his resurrection, Thomas wasn't present. He doubted their testimony, insisting on seeing Jesus' nail prints and touching his side before believing. Jesus' response. Jesus lovingly met Thomas at his point of doubt. He appeared again, inviting Thomas to touch his wounds. Jesus said, "Do not be faithless, but believing." In essence, Jesus knew what Thomas needed to believe and provided the evidence, guiding him back to faith. We can assume that Jesus and Thomas were like brothers. In 1945, the Gospel of Thomas were discovered and until now has not been incorporated into the Bible. Let's explore why it has not been included. The Gospel of Thomas is an apocryphal gospel containing 114 sayings attributed to the resurrected Jesus. It centers around esoteric wisdom, inner illumination, and self-discovery. Its cryptic sayings encourage seekers to explore hidden truths, recognize the divine within, and transcend conventional boundaries. Here are some key points about it. Origin and rediscovery. Written in the mid-2nd century, it was traditionally ascribed to Saint Thomas the Apostle. Rediscovered in 1945 in a Coptic Gnostic library near Najamd, Egypt. The Najamd library also housed other Christian Gnostic treatises. Content and style. Consists entirely of secret sayings attributed to Jesus. No extended mythic narrative. Grounded in Gnosticism, emphasizing esoteric knowledge acquired by divine revelation. Salvation involves self-knowledge and restoration to a primordial state. Some parallels with New Testament Gospels but far removed from their theology. Significance. Not considered a major source for studying Jesus. Individual sayings may have originated with Jesus, but overall theology differs significantly. Controversy. Warnings against it as heretical were made by church fathers. Not accepted as canonical or authoritative by major Christian groups. In summary, the Gospel of Thomas emphasizes self-knowledge and esoteric wisdom, but its teachings diverge from mainstream Christian theology. Here are a few notable sayings from the Gospel of Thomas. Saying 2. Let one who seeks not stop seeking until one finds. When one finds, one will be troubled. When one is troubled, one will marvel and reign over all. Saying 3. If your leaders say to you, "Look, the kingdom is in the sky," then the birds will get there before you. If they say, "It is in the sea," then the fish will get there before you. But the kingdom is within you and outside you. Saying 5. Recognize what is in your sight, and that which is hidden from you will become plain to you. Saying 13. When you make the two into one, and when you make the inner like the outer and the outer like the inner, and the upper like the lower, and when you make male and female into a single one, so that the male will not be male nor the female be female, then you will enter the kingdom. Remember that these sayings are often cryptic and open to interpretation. But what no one knows is that they were written in code, therefore one line is truth and the next one it is not. They encourage self-discovery, inner transformation, and a deeper understanding of spiritual truths. Here are a few more intriguing sayings from the Gospel of Thomas. Saying 17. I shall give you what no eye has seen and what no ear has heard and what no hand has touched and what has never occurred to the human mind. Saying 22. When you make the two one, and when you make the inside like the outside and the outside like the inside, and the above like the below, and when you make the male and the female one and the same, so that the male not be male nor the female female, and when you fashion eyes in the place of an eye, and a hand in place of a hand, and a foot in place of a foot, and a likeness in place of a likeness, then will you enter the kingdom. Saying 24. His disciples said, Show us the place where you are, for we must seek it. He said to them, Anyone here with 2 ears had better listen. There is a light within a person of light, and it shines on the whole world. If it does not shine, it is dark. The saying 22 implied that we have 3 orientations, female, male and a mix of the two, meaning gay or lesbian. These sayings invite contemplation, urging us to explore hidden truths and inner illumination. The Gospel of Thomas has had a complex impact on Christian thought and spirituality. While it is not considered canonical by mainstream Christianity, it has influenced some alternative spiritual movements and individuals. Its emphasis on inner knowledge, self-discovery, and direct experience of the divine resonates with seekers who value personal revelation over institutional authority. However, its Gnostic and esoteric nature has also led to debates about its authenticity and theological compatibility. Ultimately, its significance lies in its invitation to explore hidden truths and seek illumination within. The Gospel of Thomas has intrigued scholars, but consensus remains elusive. Let's delve into its historical context and authorship. Discovery and curiosity. Discovered in 1945 in Egypt, the Gospel of Thomas contains 114 sayings attributed to Jesus. Scholars wondered whether it could reveal new insights about Jesus. Technical challenges. Thomas poses difficulties. Written in an obscure ancient language, Coptic, with an odd dialect. Uncertain provenance and theological orientation. Ideological debates due to its non-canonical status. Scholarly perspectives. Religious conservatives tend to view Thomas as late, derivative, and Gnostic. Secular scholars see it as an early, independent source vital for understanding Christian origins and Jesus. Historical Jesus quest. Thomas impacts historical Jesus scholarship. Challenges include dating, theology, and sources. Proper critical analysis can yield valuable insights. In summary, the Gospel of Thomas remains a fascinating puzzle, inviting exploration of hidden truths about Jesus. The reason why it is not included in the Bible are the saying number 13 and 22, that confirm that we are being of energy, genderless, and without any sexual orientation. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and remember that you can buy my books in Amazon.com under the name Tomás Guevara Calderón.